Hi, I'm Jonathan Bush. And I know what you're thinking, not another Bush, but hear me out. I'm not a politician or a lobbyist. I'm a veteran.
The race for governor of Maine is taking shape, with both parties eyeing an open contest that could have major implications for the state's future. Joining us now is a candidate in that race. He is a businessman, a veteran, and a member of the Bush political dynasty. Jonathan Bush. Jonathan, thank you so much for being here.
Peter, thanks for having me. I'm thrilled.
So I didn't realize that right now there are 0 members of the Bush family holding any elected office. The Bush family thread has got to be lighting up right now. What kind of advice are you getting?
You know, I'm not getting a lot of advice from the Bush cousins. I've been a business guy, as you beautifully plugged in that ad there, that lead in. I started a company 30 years ago in my basement and kept going. It ended up creating 1,000 jobs here in Maine. And when I got done, I looked around the rest of Maine and said, Jesus Christ, what happened? It's like a quiet bomb went off, killing only the economy. And I decided I'm going to do something about it with my next chapter. And so I'm suddenly a Bush in politics. Who knew there'd be another? Not me.
And I've got to ask, because you're in a Republican primary so far this year, in Republican primaries, candidates need Donald Trump's endorsement to win. Do you need his endorsement? Do you want it?
Well, obviously, everybody wants endorsements. A giant endorsement like Donald Trump's would be phenomenal. He's held off. This is a purple state. You know, there's probably puts and takes, but net, we'd love one. All of us running, and he's kept it in pocket so far. And we'll run this table out with looks like without it, but have a great debate going on in Maine. Most of the candidates agree that we need to shrink our taxes, shred the bureaucracy that is accumulated in our state capital, Augusta. It's almost hilarious, if it wasn't so tragic, how much expansion there's been there, and then wake up our economy. I'm making the case that we should have an outsider who's a CEO, entrepreneur, and there's another guy who's a front runner who's a lobbyist and good at DC stuff. I don't think in the end that'll be what people do. I think they're going to want the outsider business guy, but we'll know in 9 days.
And so we've got a poll. You just mentioned this. Right now, there is a guy named Robert Charles leading you in the primary. The numbers are 37 for him, 18 for you. Primary June 9th. How do you close the gap?
Well, that one was a little while ago, and things have, we're now up on TV and people are learning. I think in that poll, about a third of Maine had no idea. They were just starting to say, geez, I guess it's time to start learning about these primary candidates. And again, according to our insights and intuitively, when you're in a crisis where the bureaucracy's gotten out of control and you can't do anything without a lawyer on speed dial, you want an outsider. You want a business guy who's been effective at building thousands of jobs in your community and not a lobbyist to kind of work the inside straight. So as people reveal who the two leaders are, I think they'll go my way. I think they are.
And a lot of people watching this have noticed over the last couple of weeks, Maine's politics are really complicated. What's the deal with this Graham Platner guy? The New York Times has an item from yesterday. Graham Platner's insurgent bid for Senate in Maine was gathering steam last summer when his campaign was confronted with some potentially explosive information. Mr. Platner's wife, Amy Gertner, told a senior campaign aide that he had been exchanging sexual messages with multiple other women. I know that's not your specific race, but does chaos like that on the other side help you?
Well, it's amazing. All the national media is sort of focused on everyone admits that he was a scumbag, but he's like, no, then I stopped being a scumbag. And now the news comes, well, he's still a scumbag, or he only recently stopped being a scumbag, which is an incredible topic which keeps us from getting to the fact that scumbag or no, he's a socialist. He wants to bring the American dream to its knees and replace it with socialism. I go around Maine every day, 6 events a day, all over the place. I got nobody who's saying, hey, help me bring the American dream to its knees. Everyone here, this is a state of 137,000 businesses. Everybody in Maine's got a little business. Everybody in Maine wants to make it easier to have a little business. And this guy's talking about ending business as we know it. But we never get to that part of the debate because we're too busy figuring out if he's still being a scumbag to his wife or not.
Jonathan Bush, I know you've got a real busy week and a half until your primary. Good luck, and thanks for being here.
Good stuff. Nothing better than going around and talking to Mainers about the future of Maine. I tell you, I'm happier than a pig in crap.
First time on this show that somebody has been that happy. Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.